Hey everybody, it's once again Unqualified Typist, your soon-to-be favorite keyboard aficionado that is wholly unqualified to give expert opinions, but likes to share them anyway. Today we're going to be looking at the Geon HG Yellow Silent Tactiles, which were actually the fourth Switch I ever bought. I know, I shouldn't be breaking my promise of uploading reviews of my Switches chronologically as to when I purchased them, but considering that the Wuque Silent Switches I showed off last time aren't a Switch I would fully endorse, I wanted to show off a Switch that I still like a lot, that does a lot of things similarly to the Wuques, but I think does them better, in my opinion. And these two Switches share a lot of similarities. So let's jump right in. The Geon HG Yellow Silent Tactiles are a collaboration between Geon Works and Haimu. And Haimu is a manufacturer very well known for their heartbeat silent switches. So when I saw these on the market, I was very excited to try them out. And as the name implies, they are a tactile switch that is factory lubed, has a top and bottom housing made out of nylon, two different types of blends. The top housing has a nylon PA666 blend, and the bottom housing has a nylon PA66 blend. The stem is a POM and PTFE mixture. The switch is a full travel 4mm switch with a spring weight of 65 grams, and it is a 20mm single stage spring that you can acquire for about 28 cents per switch on Geon's site. Now, as I mentioned before, the Geon Yellows share a lot of similarities with the Wuque Silent Tactile, so let's have a look at both and see what I mean. Both of these share an incredibly similar, if not identical stem, excluding the color. They share the cutout at the bottom of the stem, as well as an identically looking stem leg, which leads me to believe that they have a pretty much identical tactility and very similar feel. They do differ in that the Geon have two holes at the bottom of the switch, which is part of their silencing mechanism. Additionally, they have different springs, with the Geon having a longer and heavier spring as well as a longer travel. There is a slight amount of contact leading to a small amount of interference in the R3 row, but none on the other rows. The switches have very little stem wobble both horizontally and vertically, even when depressed. We have some minor keycap wobble, but it's not an amount that I would say impacts typing in any negative way. Tiny disclaimer before our sound test: the sound of your keyboard will depend on how you build it. Things such as mounting style, foam utilization, plate material, all of those will alter the sound of your keyboard, and that should be kept in mind. I've put up all the specs of my keyboard on screen right now. I'll start off by saying that I like these switches a lot. As I've mentioned in my short form content, shameless plug, check out my TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels for early mini reviews and sound tests of every switch I review on the channel. These are very affordable and solid switches. They possess a pleasant medium tactile P-shaped bump, meaning that the tactile bump begins at the top of the key press. The downstroke is quite muted, with a livelier and more full-sounding upstroke that culminates in an overall muted, more thocky sound. They have no mushiness that I can tell, and are generally well factory looped, with some inconsistency leading to some switches having a little bit of scratch in their stock state. Nothing a bit of hand looping can't fix. I'd personally recommend lubing them, as I have, if you want a more muted and deeper sound, but if you prefer a slightly brighter sound, you can leave them stock. So to summarize, these are more of a pleasant semi-silent switch with great typing feel for a very reasonable price that I would generally recommend. And that would be all from me, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. I've been Unqualified Typist, and I'll see you in the next upload.